All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Ryan's Radar. It is Wednesday, January 17th. So this morning was pretty good for some of the pairs. I wasn't really active. I wasn't at the actual house. I wasn't able to really sit down and focus on the pairs. But we did see some good movement. So let's go over Euro USD real quick. So here we had consolidation. There wasn't really anything going on during the New York session unless you were trading the 15-minute supply that was created during Asian session that came back up during London. You probably could have caught that initial London grab if you scalped it from here going down. Ah, could have caught 16 pips, and then it just stayed inside of that range for the next few hours, and then up until New York session where price dropped during the news, and ultimately it reversed here. But I think what we saw was just a classic what do you stop hunt. You had equal lows here, 1, 2, that dropped down, induced the sellers because everyone thinks it's going to be a continued trend, and then reverse the price back up. And I think that's what we're going to see moving forward for tonight is we have price shooting back up. I don't think it's going to go back down yet. I think if it does decide to go back down, it's only going to be after we see price come up to this 1 hour supply. So for those of you that are going to be trading London, Asian or London session, this might be your primary move going up. Once it hits here, we have a couple things that can play out. We can have price come back down, retest the 1 hour supply or 5 minute, 1 hour demand or 15-minute demands that were formed during the end of New York session yesterday, or break those and then head back down farther towards the 4 hour daily demands that are been set from the major imbalance that was created on the 13th of December. So if that's one of the other routes, or it goes up, rejects it, but it ultimately breaks it and goes back up to the initial move that we saw price go up to, which was those 4 hour supply points here. You can see it on my screen. So it plenty of plays, but ultimately the first thing I do see playing out for tonight is these pushes to that 1 hour supply. Once we see that push to that 1 hour supply, then we're going to get real juicy on what's going to happen for the rest of the session. And tomorrow there is USD news, high impact news, jobless claims, and I believe building permits. So be on the lookout. If you guys are trading New York session, just watch out. And then GU played out really well. So I was in sells last night on this pair. I just same thing that EU had. We had equal lows, and I was like, there's no way this pair is going to reverse right now. It's just with the 800 moving average where it's at, and the equal low set, they're going to induce, and the daily demand's right there. And nonetheless, I woke up this morning, profits were hit, and I was up around this time, so I didn't really get in on any of this move. For those of you that were trading Asian or London session, you caught a good move if you were watching it because it played perfectly into the rules. If you guys just really pay attention to these demands, the supply and demand zones, it's revelating. So price came up and ultimately hit a 30-minute zone. So I have the zone mapped out only because price already hit it before it was an orange line, which I have coded for the 30-minute zones, and rejected it. So if you guys were trading New York session, this probably would have been your move, either pre-New York, during New York, however you were going to catch it. Let's say you were in during New York, you could have caught 36 pips, which is not bad. That's a solid move for a GBP pair, guys. It's not as fast. It's faster than EU, but it's got the same retrospective direction. Now, what are we thinking on tonight? Now, just like EU, I don't think we want to see price shoot down because we had the equal lows. We had the inducement down to the low to touch that daily demand. They grabbed their liquidity. They shot up with a major engulfing. That's also a crazy outbalanced morning star formation. And it probably looks better in the 4 hour, which is just another engulfing. But I think we are going to see price shoot up to this 4 hour zone, right? Once it hits that 4 hour zone, these are the playouts that I could see, at least for the day. We're either going to see price go up, hit that 4 hour zone, and reject all the way back down toward these demand zones, or farther towards these demand zones, or we're going to see price reject it, come back down, retest the demand zone that it created on the way up, because we didn't see a significant push of this demand zone. We had these demand zones broken by here, which is why I would love to see price come back down, but there have been times when price does initially come back down, retest the demand zone either from here or this zone, and then if it hits that 4 hour, we could see it press up to that one. So I would say we're more bullish on this pair, but let's see. Because from the time at the time of recording, price is currently 35 pips away from that 4 hour, which is not a big move. All you got to do is wait it out. And this move can happen during Asian session or London. After that, we could see the reversals come to New York session coming back down. Because if we're looking at a bigger time frame, we are in a major consolidation. Um, Most people would say that's like a head and shoulders and then a break. So if it is, let's say, a head and shoulders, I would say we have definitely got the price to push up a little bit higher. After that, it could break down a little farther, maybe back farther down towards these daily demands and weekly demands. But we'll see. We'll see. We have plenty of time. It's only Asian session now. So let's just see how everything plays out, go from there. But with that being said, I'll let you guys go. Everyone have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow and let's get it. Peace.